All this story would begin in the Power Tournament, in which Son Goku demonstrated to have an extremely incredible power, since this time he was even able to defeat Jiren without any problem. However, at the moment of finishing the Ultra Instinct, Jiren's advantage against Goku was evident, so at the moment, Jiren, with a powerful blow, was able to send him flying with surprising power. However, this time Goku had collided with several of the rocks of the Tournament of Power, so he would be out of combat. The other warriors tried to throw Goku off the platform of the Tournament of Power, but the Emperor of Evil, Paracero, was able to help him, as well as giving him a little of his energy. However, when Goku woke up, something had changed in him, since his ki was very unstable, while when he fought he was much more aggressive than normal. I don't know if those were the side effects after using the Ultra Instinct, since a mortal had never been able to access such a state. The final battle would be the Tournament of Power, in which Goku and Jiren faced each other in a very even battle. But to the surprise of the entire Universe 11, Jiren at every moment of the battle began to look more strained. That's right, the power that Goku was able to release this time was incredible, but being about to throw him off the platform, the real effects were present in Goku's body. However, Goku, with his determination, was able to throw himself off the platform along with Jiren, so both would lose. The story would pass normally. Even Android 17 had asked the Super Dragon Balls for the wish to bring life to all the universes, so each of the warriors would return to their respective universes. But something very strange was happening throughout Goku's body and essence, since little by little he began to emanate an evil power, of which the deities of Universe 7 noticed. That's what I meant when I entered Mr. Beerus. How is it possible that the most powerful god fears a mere mortal? I recognize that the power of Mr. Goku is incredible, but you, as the god of this universe, must have the power to stop him. I know, Whis, and I apologize, but tell me, do you think we have to go to planet Earth right now? Indeed, Mr. Beerus, we must find out what this sudden change in Mr. Goku's behavior is due to. Both deities began to go to planet Earth, in which the Z-Warriors were at a party at Bulma's house, but a small misunderstanding between Goku and Vegeta would cause Goku's anger to increase much more, and by having him face to face, he was able to give him a good blow, sending Vegeta to fly, while Goku would quickly access the Super Saiyan Blue. What's going on? That's not the Goku I know. From all the crater that had been created, a blue aura could be observed, since Vegeta had also accessed the Super Saiyan Blue. So at the moment, both Saiyans began to exchange hundreds of blows all over the place. However, Goku, being dominated by anger, was not able to think clearly, receiving several powerful blows from the Prince of the Saiyans, while Prince Vegeta, while granting the beating of his life to his greatest rival, began to wonder the following. What's happening to Kakaroto? I feel like all his power and essence is becoming negative. But in front of everyone, the deities in Universe 7 had arrived, so instantly they were able to stop the fight of both Saiyans, and Whis, with an amazing speed, was able to give him a hit in the head of Goku, which had made him completely lose consciousness. Whis, do you know what's happening to Kakaroto? His behavior is not the usual. I don't understand what hell has happened to him. You are not the only one, Vegeta, since we are here for the same reason. The deities of that universe quickly left for the planet of the god Beerus along with Vegeta, while Chi-Chi, Goku's wife, was very worried. What's happening to my Goku? He has always liked to fight, but he had never behaved this way. Chi-Chi, please calm down. I promise we will find a way for Goku to return to normal. Meanwhile, on the planet of the god Beerus, the deities had arrived successfully. So at the moment of arrival, Whis, with the help of his baculum, was able to awaken Goku, which in this occasion, despite being in his base state, emanated a surprising evil power, so much so that it left Whis and Beerus surprised. Unfortunately, if this continues like this, we will have no choice but to end Son Goku's life, since a warrior with Son Goku's potential reveals himself to the 12 universes. It will be absolute chaos. You will not be able to finish me. I am eternal. I am inevitable. The deities of Universe 7 used all kinds of necessary methods for Son Goku to be able to return to normality. Among their methods, even tortures, which were able to make Son Goku's screams heard throughout the universe. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Daishinkan, with a very serious look, in the same way was observing everything that happened with Son Goku. This is really bad, since even Mr. Goku is the Senno-sama's best friend, so if he is able to control him, this will be absolute chaos. I have to stop him. Daishinkan, with his great T-dimensional power, was able to reach the planet of the god Beerus in a matter of seconds. But if it is Daishinkan-sama, tell us, what do we owe the honor of his visit? Don't worry, Beerus, leave the formalities for another occasion, since I'm here for Son Goku's behavior anyway. But Father, what could we do? This is not normal. I was able to realize that since the mortal Jiren of Universe 11 gave him that stealthy blow, the essence of Mr. Goku had changed slightly. But apparently, with the passage of time, his essence is becoming completely negative. In that case, Father, do you think we should end Son Goku's life? I don't know, Whis, but first I will try to inspect his body in case some being of negative energy is manipulating him. Daishinkan would begin to approach Goku. However, to everyone's surprise, when Daishinkan was inspecting Goku's body, this one, with a quick movement with his mouth, was able to bite a part of Daishinkan's arm. Although for Daishinkan it had not caused him any damage, Goku was able to obtain incredible power. Due to the fact that with a single drop of blood of the Great Priest, Goku was even able to free himself from the chains that were holding him, destroying them completely, while his power began to rise in an incredible way like his power. Beerus, in a quick movement, would try to leave him out of combat, but he was surprised since being about to hit him, the silver-colored eyes had him fixed, and only with his gaze was he able to grant him a powerful blow to Beerus's abdomen, sending him to fly to a few rocks that were around him. Mr. Goku, please calm down. We try to help you, since if you continue with that negative essence, we will have no choice but to end your life. So please, I ask you to calm down. Daishinkan was surprised to realize how Whis had been sent to fly in a big blow, creating a great disaster throughout the planet of Beerus, causing several volcanoes to expel lava due to the power. The power that this Saiyajin has been able to obtain with a single drop of my blood is amazing. I really have to end his life. Goku would begin to walk towards Daishinkan, but while he was doing it, his hair began to change color to a Karmi's red. But as if his power had no limits, it continued to grow in an overwhelming way. Your worst decision was not to end my life when you were able to do it, since at this moment, ending me will be impossible for you. You have surprised me that you have been able to send the deities of this universe to fly, but to be able to face me, you will need much more power than you have now. There is no problem with that, since I have great energy reserves. Both warriors at the time began to exchange thousands of blows, but this time Goku's mentality was much more calculating and cold, so even Daishinkan had a hard time giving him a blow, just like Goku, since Daishinkan possessed a much greater ultra instinct than that of the angels. In a carelessness, Daishinkan was able to give Goku a slap on the back, although at first glance he did not have so much power, until when Goku fell to the planet he created hundreds of disasters everywhere. That's right, that slap of Daishinkan had condensed an incredible power, so much so that he was even able to leave any god of destruction out of combat. A common and ordinary being of that blow would no longer stand up, but since you are of a warrior race, I am sure you will stand up once again. A red aura would rise throughout the planet of Beerus while Goku came out of the crater with multiple wounds all over his body, and at the moment he was spitting large amounts of blood. That slap, although it seemed harmless, has caused me incredible damage. I'm aware that at this moment I am not able to defeat you, but what do you think of receiving a blow with all my power?" Goku would begin to channel all his power into his right arm. The expulsion of all his power was surprising, so much so that at this moment hundreds of planets of the entire Universe 7 were affected by the great power that Goku was able to release. "Whis, let no planet suffer the damage of this battle. Leave them with your baculum." "Of course, Mr. Beerus, right now." Whis, with his baculum, was able to ensure that all the other planets were not affected by that great release of Son Goku's power. Damn it, Kakaroto's insect has surpassed me dozens of times. I can't believe it, but this won't stay that way. Meanwhile, Goku was able to move at an incredible speed. However, for Daishinkan, it was easy to follow in the footsteps of that Saiyan. But at the last moment that Daishinkan would grant him a blow, it would pierce Goku. That's right, he was just a clone, because the true one would throw his powerful dragon blow, with which he was able to cause incredible damage to Daishinkan that furiously would expel a large part of his incredible power, so that instantly Goku would be seriously injured, falling to the ground at the brink of death. My whole body hurts too much, but how funny. Apparently you also feel pain and can bleed. In that case, I am able to end you. Damn it. That will be impossible for you, since right now I plan to end your pathetic life. Daishinkan would throw a powerful attack against Goku, but Goku, with the help of teleportation, was able to disappear from the place, appearing on an inhospitable planet, in which upon arrival a lot of blood would come out of all of his body because the wounds were serious. For his part, on the planet of Beerus, a silhouette would be drawn. "I am the Apostle of Death, and I plan to end each of you damned worms." Daishinkan, with a great burst of energy, was able to make that silhouette disappear. "Father, what do you think about the situation? This is serious. The level of learning that Saiyan has is incredible, and if this continues like this, I am sure that later it will be a real problem. In that case, COC, we must end Son Goku's life, since there is no other option, and only then will we be able to save each of the 12 universes." With the respect that is deserved, Beerus, I think he's exaggerating a bit, since Kakaroto would not be able to defeat the 12 universes. No, Vegeta, I am sure that if we give him the required time, Mr. Goku is capable of defeating the 12 universes even if they are all fighting against him, and that has made it clear to me with the first battle we have had. We cannot underestimate him. Father, in that case, I plan to grant the Prince of the Saiyans the training of the God of Destruction, since we will need the power of powerful warriors. Okay, Whis, that sounds great to me. I will retire to the Kingdom of Everything, since Sanosama should know nothing about this. Daishinkan would go to the Kingdom of Everything, while Goku was on a planet with hundreds of lives, and for his part, the Prince of the Saiyans would start with the training of the God of Destruction. The training of the Prince of the Saiyans would begin to be helpful in this great problem, in which Goku had called himself the Apostle of Death. For his part, returning with Goku, he was still in terrible condition. That's right, Goku was not able to do anything, absolutely nothing. However, while trying to recover, in his mind a dimension would be created, because a new flow of energy had formed throughout his being. Goku was lying on the ground, while in front of him a powerful warrior would appear from a coffin that left Goku surprised. Not how muscular he was surprised by the power that emanated without even expelling any of his pressure. Damn it, now that I'm in terrific condition, this damn thing appears. Even his power seems to surpass Daishinkan. The imposing warrior began to approach Goku, who with his energy reserves was able to stand up, so both warriors faced each other. I have chosen an excellent successor, and that you yourself have proclaimed yourself as the Apostle of Death makes things much easier for me. What? What the hell do you mean? I know I have proclaimed myself as the Apostle of Death, but what does that have to do with you? I was the first Apostle of Death in this entire multiverse, and when I realized your presence and essence, I wanted to manipulate you. But it was not necessary. You would never have had the mental power to be able to manipulate me. It will be better for you to recover, since from tomorrow your hell will begin. Although I am not in the real world, I am capable of causing you serious injuries in a mental battle. Goku would wake up at the moment, lying in the same place, so at the moment, Goku would not take importance of what happened, but he was able to put himself in meditation position to recover his energies. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Daishinkan was very thoughtful, as well as trying to locate Son Goku in each of the 12 universes, since Goku could be considered a threat of universal extinction. If we give only 2 years to Mr. Goku, that mentality, I'm sure I won't even be able to stop him. We have to do something before it's too late. But at the moment, the powerful Zeno-sama would leave the palace along with his 2 guardians. Daishinkan, I'm very bored. I would love to be able to do something. What do you think if we do a new tournament? But both guardians were able to observe the serious gaze of the great priest. What do you think, Dai, since you are not to put that look, and if you do it, it's just because it's really something very serious. My lord, I'm sorry, but I can't hide any information from you or your guardians. Daishinkan would begin to tell them everything that was happening with the Saiyajin of Universe 7. So at the moment, the look of Zeno-sama would also change to a much colder one, because his creation was in danger by a single warrior. No, Son Goku is my best friend, and if it were up to me, I would give my life for him, but not for a warrior who seeks absolute chaos. Guardians and Daishinkan, you have the authorization to end Son Goku's life. As you command, powerful Zeno-sama. In this case, I would inform each of the gods and angels of the 12 universes so that when they locate Mr. Goku, they do not hesitate and annihilate him once and for all. Daishinkan, with great mental power, would communicate with each of the angels and gods, informing them about the danger that was Son Goku. However, most of the gods were disconcerted, since it was the same Saiyajin that had brought him to life. Even Jiren, the most powerful mortal only under Goku. What is this? Is it a damn joke? If Son Goku was one of the pure-hearted warriors I have met, I cannot believe that he is behaving this way. Jiren, it will be better for you to prepare yourself, since in the same way we will need your power, because that Saiyajin is capable of activating the Ultra Instinct. I understand. Jiren would begin to meditate while he was very thoughtful about everything that was happening. Returning to Universe 7, the Prince of the Saiyajins had been able to achieve a state similar to that of Toppo in the Power Tournament, since he was able to mix the essence of a god of destruction with his own body, which had made him access a new state, in which in the same way his simple pressure and aura were able to disintegrate into beings that are weaker than his bearer. So he had to control all his power. The training you have given me, Whis, has been of another level, but I do not intend to give up. Although my body has been torn to pieces, the power I have achieved is incredible. It is time to help Kakaroto or end his life. I agree with you on that, Vegeta, since even the High Commanders have already given the order to end Son Goku, as he is considered a threat of a universal level. Mr. Beerus, in that case, if we really want to help Mr. Goku, we have to find him first and try to make him come to his senses. You are right, Whis. He has been my best warrior, my friend, and I will not let them end his life, so without me being able to do anything. Mr. Beerus, I would also like to go, since Kakaroto has always been my greatest rival, but in the same way, my good friend. The trio of warriors had gone around the universe in search of Son Goku. Meanwhile, with Goku, even though it seemed that he was only meditating, in his mind he maintained great training with the original Apostle of Death, because his power was much greater, so in Goku's own mind he was able to create a dimension exclusively for battles, but in each training, Goku was not able to touch the Apostle of Death. That's all? If you really want to be the next Apostle of Death, you have to have a much greater power. So make an effort. My body hurts too much, but today I plan to hit you. I will not leave without giving you a single blow. Goku would stand up again, but this time his blue hair would change to a red color, in which even his aura would become much more aggressive due to the killer essence that led that transformation. Again with that transformation? Although you use the Ultra Instinct, you will not be able to do anything against me. I am not the same as the one you started fighting, since I have been able to realize that this dimension that you have created, time passes differently. So, you have realized that for yourself. That seems great to me, but it doesn't matter what you do. Without the Apostle being able to finish his phrase, Goku had thrown himself against him. But to Goku's surprise, the Apostle was able to dodge each of his blows. That's right, although even Goku, taking his body to the limit, had not been able to do anything against him. However, at the moment, the Apostle of Death would stretch one of his hands, ending the training. The training with me has ended. What? Why? We always fight for much longer. Very close to this planet, the deities of this universe, along with a warrior, are trying to locate you. Your new training, or test, will be to defeat the three. But if there is with them the angel Whis, it will be impossible for me, since I still do not have the necessary power to face an angel. I want you to trust yourself. Since everything I have taught you, I am sure it has been worth it. Goku at the moment would open his eyes, of which a great power would rise towards the atmosphere of the planet, while his eyes as well as his hair had become a silver color, as well as his power had grown in an incredible way, which had been felt by the deities. We have finally been able to locate him. Apparently, in the same way, he has been training, since the power he currently possesses is incredible. Vegeta would be the first to approach Goku, so at the moment, Vegeta would equally access his new transformation, doing it from scratch to intimidate Goku a little for the disasters he caused with all his power. So at the end of the transformation, both warriors faced each other. I do not want to hurt you, Kakamoto, so it will be better if you collaborate. We can help you, since otherwise you will be completely eradicated. Do you think you have the necessary power to stop me? You have always been behind me, so do not say nonsense. The Prince of the Saiyajins, furious, would give him a blow, which Goku, with a single of his hands, was able to stop. I can see that your power has increased in an amazing way, but it is not enough to face me. Goku, with a quick movement, was able to give Vegeta a kick in the stomach, but Vegeta had only retreated a few meters. You are also wrong if you think that with a simple blow like that you will be able to send me flying. You will need more power. Apparently you have become strong, but what do you think of this? Goku, with a much higher speed, was able to connect with a blow in the entire face of the Prince of the Saiyajins, with which at the moment the Prince of the Saiyajins would be sent to fly to the base of the planet, creating a great disaster, since this time the power condensed in Goku's fist had been a bestiality. No, Goku, I'm really sorry, but you leave us no alternative. We will have to end your life, since otherwise you will destroy everything that exists. I understand, but can they end my life? Beerus, furious, was about to launch against Goku, but Vegeta, leaving that crater at an incredible speed, would begin to exchange blows with Goku. But both deities realized that Goku was only pressing him with his incredible defense, since although Vegeta's power has grown in an incredible way, he was not able to deliver any blow to Goku, unlike Goku, who on each occasion was able to tip him a blow with much more power. Mr. Beerus, it'll be better if you join to support Mr. Vegeta, since if you fight individually, I am sure that Mr. Goku will be able to defeat him in his entirety. Beerus, a little upset, would agree to join, so Beerus with a quick flash would begin to deliver hundreds of blows, but surprisingly enough, Goku was able to dodge each of his blows, and not with a quick movement, Goku would deliver a fist to each of them, making them fall to the ground, while Goku from the top of the planet would throw them thousands of energy spheres, which possessed an incredible power. That blow has hurt me. How have you been able to get all that power, that cockroach insect? I don't know, Vegeta, but one thing is for sure. If we really give him more time, as Denshi Kitsama said, this will be the end of this multiverse. Vegeta and Beerus together at the time released 100% of all their power, since previously they did not intend to end Goku's life, unlike this time in which they were going to give him blows to die as well as his attacks. Apparently, they are finally going to take me seriously. I have one more transformation, but with you, it is not necessary. Both warriors got angry when they were underestimated in that way, so at the moment, the three warriors began to fight. However, the result was still the same, since they were not able to connect an effective blow to Goku. This is really bad. If Mr. Beerus along with Mr. Vegeta are not able to do anything, I will have to interfere in the battlefield to end this once and for all. But Whis was surprised, since at the end of thinking that, he was able to observe how the god Beerus fell to the planet, totally out of combat. That's right, Goku, when taking the battle a little more seriously, was able to leave him out of combat with a single blow. The Prince of the Saiyajins at that moment would feel the real terror, but he was not able to do anything since at that moment Goku's fist was stuck in his stomach, making him lose in the same way his state of God of Destruction. Thank you. I don't want to end your lives. I just want to measure my power with yours, and now I want to measure myself with you, Whis. It seems surprising to me that he has been able to defeat both warriors, but with me it will be completely different. The powerful angel Whis would release his bestial power, so Goku, realizing the power of Whis without falling behind, would access his iconic transformation, with which he was able to destroy a few planets around him. The training of the Prince of the Saiyajins would begin to be of help in this great problem, in which Goku had called himself the Apostle of Death. For his part, returning with Goku, he was still in terrible condition. That's right, Goku was unable to do anything, absolutely nothing. However, while trying to recover, in his mind a dimension would be created, because a new flow of energy had formed throughout his being. Goku was lying on the ground, while in front of him a powerful warrior would appear from a coffin, which surprised Goku. Not how muscular he was surprised by the power emanating without even expelling any of his pressure. Damn it, now that I'm in terrible condition, this damn thing appears. Even his power seems to surpass Daishinkan. The imposing warrior began to approach Goku, who with his energy reserves was able to stand up, so both warriors faced each other. Ha ha! I have chosen an excellent successor, and that you yourself have proclaimed yourself as the Apostle of Death makes things much easier for me. What? What the hell are you talking about? I know that I have self-proclaimed myself as the Apostle of Death, but what does that have to do with you? No, I was the first Apostle of Death in this entire multiverse, and when I realized your presence and essence, I wanted to manipulate you, but it was not necessary. Ha ha! You would never have had the mental power to be able to manipulate me. Ha ha! It will be better for you to recover, since from tomorrow your hell will begin. Although I am not in the real world, I am capable of causing you serious injuries in a mental battle. Goku would awaken at the moment, lying in the same place, so at the moment Goku would not take importance of what happened, but he was able to meditate to recover his energies. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Daishinkan was very thoughtful, as well as trying to locate Son Goku in each of the 12 universes, since Goku could be considered a threat of universal extinction. If we give only 2 years to Mr. Goku, that mentality, I'm sure I won't even be able to stop him. We have to do something before it's too late. But at the moment, the powerful Zeno-sama would leave the palace along with his 2 guardians. Daishinkan, I'm very bored. I would love to be able to do something. What do you think if we do a new tournament? But both guardians were able to observe the serious gaze of the great priest.
What happens to you, Dai, since you are not to put that look, and if you do, it is only because it is really something very serious. My lord, I'm sorry, but I can't hide any information from him or his guardians. Daishinkan would begin to tell them everything that was happening with the Saiyajin of Universe 7, so at the moment, the look of Zeno-sama would change to a much colder one, because his creation was endangered by a single warrior. Son Goku is my best friend, and if it were up to me, I would give my life for him, but not for a warrior who seeks absolute chaos. Guardians and Daishinkan, do you have the authorization to end Son Goku's life? As you order, powerful Zeno-sama. In this case, I will inform each of the gods and angels of the 12 universes so that when they locate Mr. Goku, they do not hesitate and annihilate him once and for all. Daishinkan, with great mental power, would communicate with each of the angels and gods, informing them of the danger that Son Goku was. However, most of the gods were disconcerted since it was the same Saiyajin that had brought him to life, even Jiren, the most powerful mortal, only below Goku. What is this? Is it a damn joke? If Son Goku is one of the pure-hearted warriors I have met, I cannot believe that he is behaving this way. Jiren, it will be better if you prepare yourself, since in the same way we will need your power, because that Saiyajin is capable of activating the Ultra Instinct. I understand. Jiren would begin to meditate while he was very thoughtful about everything that was happening. Returning to Universe 7, the Prince of the Saiyajins had been able to achieve a similar state to that of Toppo in the Power Tournament, since he was able to mix the essence of a god of destruction with his own body, which had made him access a new state in which in the same way his simple pressure and aura were able to disintegrate into beings that are weaker than his bearer, so he had to control all his power. The training you have given me, Whis, has been of another level, but I do not intend to give up. Although my body has been torn to pieces, the power I have achieved is incredible. It is time to help Kakaroto or end his life. I agree with you on that, Vegeta, since even the High Commanders have already given the order to end Son Goku, as he is considered a threat of a universal level. Mr. Beerus, in that case, if we really want to help Mr. Goku, we have to find him first and try to make him come to his senses. You are right, Whis. He has been my best warrior, my friend, and I will not let him end his life, so without me being able to do anything. Mr. Beerus, I would also like to go, since Kakaroto has always been my greatest rival, but in the same way, my good friend. The trio of warriors had gone around the universe in search of Son Goku. Meanwhile, with Goku, this one, although it seemed that he was only meditating, in his mind he maintained great training with the Apostle of Original Death, because his power was much greater. So in Goku's own mind, he was able to create a dimension exclusively for battles. But in each training, Goku was not able to touch the Apostle of Death. That's all. If you really want to be the next Apostle of Death, you have to possess a much greater power. So make an effort. My body hurts too much, but today I plan to hit you. I do not plan to leave without giving you a single blow. Goku would stand up again, but this time his blue hair would change to a red color, in which even his aura would become much more aggressive, due to the murderous essence that led that transformation. Ha ha ha! Again with that transformation? Although you use the Ultra Instinct, you will not be able to do anything against me. Ha ha! I am not the same as the one you started fighting, since I have been able to realize that this dimension that you have created, time passes differently. So you have realized that for yourself? That seems great to me, but it does not matter what you do. Without the Apostle being able to finish his phrase, Goku had thrown himself against him, but to Goku's surprise, the Apostle was able to dodge each of his blows. That's right, even though Goku had taken his body to the limit, he had not been able to do anything. However, at the moment, the Apostle of Death would stretch one of his hands, ending the training. The training with me is over. What? Why? We always fight for much longer. Very close to this planet, the deities of this universe, along with a warrior, are trying to locate you. Your new training or test will be to defeat the three. But if the angel Whis is with them, it will be impossible for me, since I still do not have the necessary power to face an angel. I want you to trust yourself, since everything I have taught you, I am sure it has been worth it. Goku at the moment opened his eyes, from which a great power would rise towards the atmosphere of the planet, while his eyes, like his hair, had become a silver color, just as his power had grown in an incredible way, which had been felt by the deities. We have finally been able to locate him. Apparently, in the same way he has been training, since the power he currently possesses is incredible. Vegeta would be the first to approach Goku, so at the moment, Vegeta equally would access his new transformation, doing it from scratch to intimidate Goku a little for the disasters he caused with all his power. So, at the end of the transformation, both warriors faced each other. I do not want to hurt you, Kakaroto, so it will be better if you collaborate. You can help you, since otherwise you will be completely eradicated. Do you think you have the necessary power to stop me? You have always been behind me, so don't be stupid. The furious Prince of the Saiyajins would grant him a blow, which Goku with a single of his hands was able to stop. I can see that your power has increased in an amazing way, but it is not enough to face me. Goku, with a quick movement, was able to give Vegeta a kick in the stomach, but Vegeta had only retreated a few meters. You are also wrong if you think that with a simple blow like that you will be able to send me flying. You will need more power. Apparently, you have become strong, but what do you think of this? Goku, with a much higher speed, was able to connect with a blow in the entire face of the Prince of the Saiyajins, with which at the moment the Prince of the Saiyajins would be sent to fly to the base of the planet, creating a great disaster, since this time the power condensed in Goku's fist had been a bestiality. No, Goku, I'm really sorry, but you don't leave us another alternative. We will have to end your life. Otherwise, you will destroy everything that exists.
I understand, but can you end my life? Furious Beerus was about to launch against Goku, but Vegeta, leaving that crater at an incredible speed, would begin to exchange blows with Goku, but both deities realized that Goku was only pressing him with his incredible defense, since although Vegeta's power has grown in an incredible way, he was not able to deliver any blow to Goku, unlike Goku, who on each occasion was able to provide him with a blow with much more power. Mr. Beerus, it will be better if you join to support Mr. Vegeta, since if you fight individually, I'm sure Mr. Goku will be able to defeat him in his entirety. Beerus, a little upset, would agree to join, so Beerus with a quick flash would begin to deliver hundreds of blows, but surprisingly enough, Goku was able to dodge each of his blows, and not a quick movement, Goku would give each of them a fist, making them fall to the ground, while Goku from the top of the planet would throw them thousands of energy spheres, which had an incredible power. That blow has hurt me. How have you been able to get all that power, the cockroach insect? I do not know, Vegeta, but one thing is certain. If we really give him more time, as Denji Katsuma said, this will be the end of this whole multiverse. Vegeta and Beerus together at the time released 100% of all their power, since previously they had no intention of ending Goku's life, unlike this time in which they were going to grant him blows to die, as well as his attacks. Apparently, they are finally going to take me seriously. I have one more transformation, but with you, it is not necessary. Both warriors got angry at being underestimated in that way, so at the moment, the three warriors began to fight. However, the result was still the same, since they were not able to connect an effective blow to Goku. This is really bad. If Mr. Beerus along with Mr. Vegeta are not able to do anything, I will have to interfere in the battlefield to end this once and for all. But Whis was surprised, since at the end of thinking that, he was able to observe how the god Beerus fell to the planet totally out of combat. That's right, Goku, taking the battle a little more seriously, was able to leave him out of combat with a single blow. The Prince of the Saiyans at that moment would feel the real terror, but he was not able to do anything, since at that moment, Goku's fist was stuck in his stomach, making him lose his state of God of Destruction in the same way. Thank you that I do not want to end your lives. I just want to measure my power with yours. And now, I want to measure myself with you, Whis. It seems surprising to me that he was able to defeat both warriors, but with me it will be completely different. The powerful angel Whis would release his bestial power, so Goku, realizing the power of Whis, without falling behind, would access his iconic transformation, with which he was able to destroy a few planets around him. The power of both warriors would begin to increase in an incredible way, so much so that this time, thousands of planets were destroyed by such an abysmal increase in power, so that at the moment Kakarato's hair would turn red like blood, while in his mind he could hear his master's voice. I want you to humiliate that angel. Since being a descendant of the damned Daisuke, I want you to crush him completely. As you command, Master. Although I am surprised at the power that Whis is able to release, I never imagined that I would have to fight with my own disciple, but I have not thought that you would go out with yours. I'm sorry, Mr. Goku, for ending his life. Goku, before being able to react, Whis had sent him to fly to the surface of a planet, falling with an incredible brutality, so much so that this time Goku's body had felt the real pain. Goku would try to stand up, but his entire central system of the body was in terrible condition. That is to say, the blow he had received had caused him a surprising damage. So much had been the damage that even the powerful Goku had not been able to do anything to such a remnant. I hope you are really prepared, Mr. Goku, since for his misfortune, he has had to face the most powerful angel of the 12 universes. Goku, regardless of the damage he had done, would stand up, raising all his power to the limit, so at the moment both warriors began to exchange thousands of blows. However, the longer the battle lasted, Goku's thinking was changing radically, because Goku thought of humiliating Whis, which this time was completely impossible for him. Goku would fall to the ground again, but this time he would be dragged by a few rocks. It's time to end your life, Mr. Goku. I'm sorry. Rain of divine stars. Hundreds of star-shaped attacks would be thrown at Goku, who had even returned to his base state due to the beating he had received from Whis. Damn it, I can't believe I lost against that damn trash Whis. However, a few centimeters from all the attacks colliding against Goku, an incredible negative aura disappeared from all his aura, so that instantly the essence of the first apostle of death would be perceived by all the 12 universes, which would alert every one of the angels and beings of the divine kingdom. Really powerless angel, but this will not be our end, since the next time we meet, we will be much more powerful. The Apostle, only with his simple aura, was able to disintegrate each of Whis' attacks, so that at the moment of a great explosion, he would disappear from the entire battlefield, which would make Whis very thoughtful due to the pressure that this subject was able to emit. This is really very strange. Has Mr. Goku allied himself with such a powerful warrior that he is even able to destroy my most powerful technique? Meanwhile, in a place far from all the 12 universes, the essence of the original apostle had been able to save Goku's life. However, loud screams were heard all over the place because the wounds they had received were serious. It will be better if you shut up and recover to start training again. It is a shame that you have been crushed so pathetically by that simple angel. Damn it, I can't believe that damn Whis was able to hide all that power. He was able to crush me completely. The Apostle of Death, with his last little essence, was able to release several shadows of negative energy, which would enter Goku's body, beginning to eliminate each residue of angelic energy that Whis had left inside Goku. I can do nothing for you since I do not have my real body. Now everything depends on you, and we will continue soon with the mental training. The essence of the Apostle would disappear completely, so that Goku would be thrown to the ground, while the negative shadows eliminated all the toxins. Meanwhile, returning to the battlefield, Whis, with the help of his staff, was able to help Beerus and Vegeta, who in the same way possessed residues of negative energy.
Really, the warrior behind Mr. Goku is a very powerful warrior.
since being able to hit and leave energy residues are things that only the most emblematic beings can do. Whis would leave with both warriors back to their planet, so when they arrive, they would lie in a room to each of them. The damage that Mr. Goku has been able to cause is of an incredible level. Even for me, it is almost impossible to believe. All the deities of all the universes had arrived quickly to Universe 7 because they were able to feel the incredible power that had released the essence of the Apostle of Death. Whis, what happened? Don't tell me that incredible negative power that was felt a few moments ago was Son Goku's power. In case it is, we will not be able to do anything against him, since if he has all that power, we will not be more than simple worms. No, don't be alarmed. That was not Son Goku's power. But it is worrying, since a very powerful essence apparently is living inside the body of Mr. Goku. What do you mean by that an essence is living inside the body of Mr. Goku? Are you being manipulated by another much more powerful being? No, Father, I doubt that's it, since that presence only seems to guide him, just like training him, since Mr. Goku was able to defeat Mr. Beerus and Mr. Vegeta by injecting negative energy into his internal system. But that should not be possible, since beings that are able to inject energy into the internal system of their enemies must follow rigorous training. Indeed, Father, and by itself it must be impossible, and in the same way it was that warrior responsible for saving Mr. Goku's life. Son Goku, this is getting more and more complicated. Damn it does not seem that there is an end. On the other hand, returning to Son Goku, he had been able to sit down again since due to the wounds he had not been able to stand up. This defeat has taught me that there will always be much more powerful beings than me, so I have to make the double effort if necessary. Those are the words that I like to hear. Since you will be able to even surpass me, you have to become the Apostle of Death most powerful of all the universes. There is no doubt about that. I plan to bring death itself in my aura, and I want to take revenge for the beating that the damn Whis has given me. We will do that according to your time, so do not worry. The first thing will be to become much more powerful so that you are not defeated again. That's right, and I thank you for training me. I promise to become much more powerful. Goku's mental training would start again, so at the moment, Goku would begin to maintain a very equal fight against the Apostle, in which he remembered his battle against Whis to be able to fill all the weak points he had. I have to be able to be much more aggressive in the battlefield, as well as elevate my speed much more to be able to defeat all those damned ones. Returning to Universe 7, on the planet of Beerus, an incredible aura would rise everywhere. That's right, it was the Prince of the Saiyajins who had awakened with an incredible fury, being defeated by Goku without any difficulty. The planet of the god Beerus was engulfed in great chaos everywhere. Damn it, I can't believe that damn worm has been able to defeat me in this pathetic way. I swear I'll finish him with my own hands. Mr. Vegeta, please calm down, since even if he releases all his power that way, he will not be able to do anything. All he can do is learn from his mistakes to become much more powerful again. Whis, please train me one more time. I don't want to be surpassed by that damn crap. It's what I had in mind, since the battle that is approaching will be of galactic levels, and few beings will be able to help in this battle that is about to approach. I'm not going to back down, and I'm sure I'll be one of the few beings to be able to do something against the useless Kakaroto. Returning to the Kingdom of Everything, Daishin Khan would report the whole situation to the great Senno-sama, which would take a very serious look. I have been able to recognize that essence that was released a few moments ago, but I didn't want to believe what I had perceived. Great Senno-sama, do you know who is the bearer of all that power? That's right, Daishin Khan. The bearer of that great power is the Apostle of Original Death, the first warrior to self-proclaim with that name. Daishin Khan was surprised to remember that Son Goku had exclaimed the same words that Senno-sama had told him. What's going on, Daishin Khan? Do you know him? It's impossible, since at that time my priest was Disku-sama, your father, and even in the time that the Apostle of Death existed, you of the angels still did not exist.
My lord, this is really bad, since if what you are telling me is real, we are in trouble, since those same words were the ones that Mr. Goku told me. In that case, we will have to bring the Divine Celestial again, the only warrior who was able to face the Apostle of Death and even defeat him. And how can we contact that warrior? That warrior is me, but millions of years ago my guardians did not exist. I possessed my original form, but at the time of creating my two guardians, all my power was divided into three. But if we join again, we will become the Divine Celestial again. Senno-sama would put himself aside of his guardians, so at the time the three guardians began to join again, the three warriors began to form the Divine Celestial. The pressure that was felt throughout the whole kingdom was evident, since that pressure was even able to travel each of the 12 universes, reaching the inhospitable planet in which Goku was training, so much so that it would make him fall to the ground. Wow, who is this incredible pressure? I'm not able to move freely. I feel it crushes me completely. That damn. I thought I had died. The power of the Divine Celestial has made itself present once again. Really, Goku, you have to surpass my powers. Do I have to face that warrior of such power? That's right, Goku, but I will grant you all my knowledge and even the last thing that remains of essence, since that being was the one that defeated me millions of years ago. Master, I promise to avenge his death and end any warrior that gets in front of me. They will not be able to do anything against me.
I trust you, Goku. I know you will. So now let's continue with our training. Goku, with much more determination, would continue with his real training, which this time had even adapted the Ultra Instinct as its base state, so that his body is able to react with greater speed. However, Goku was not the only one who was training, since all the gods, angels, and most powerful warriors of the 12 universes were carrying rigorous training to face the warrior who once brought them to life, the hero who on this occasion was the villain of the multiverse. Meanwhile, in the kingdom of everything, 2 days had elapsed, in which the incredible pressure of Zeno-sama would be present, since uniting 3 gigantic powers would require much more time. So at the time of a great light that would even bring back Dai Shinkan due to the expulsion of all his power, it was possible to observe a completely different Zeno-sama. Finally, I have been able to access my combat form, better known as the Divine Celestial. I am ready to finish another Apostle of Death. My lord, the power I currently possess is incredible. I am sure that nothing or no one will be able to face him. No, Dai Shinkan, we do not have to trust each other, since the current Apostle of Death is even of a warrior race, which his power does not know limits. I understand, my lord. In that case, we will have everything under control so as not to be able to be taken with the low guard. That's right. Meanwhile, I will train a little, since millions of years ago I did not access such a state. Zeno-sama would go to a very different dimension in which he would begin to train and release much more of his power so that his body is capable of coupling to the strong pressure of his power. Thank you for watching.
At the start of 2026, Dragon Ball Super reached a decisive moment in its long-running history. After years marked by uncertainty, long pauses, and scattered updates, the franchise finally returned to the center of attention with a clear sense of direction. What once felt like an indefinite silence has now transformed into a carefully planned revival, signaling that Dragon Ball Super is preparing for a new era rather than a brief comeback. Since the end of the original Dragon Ball Super anime in 2018, fans have waited patiently for news of a true continuation. Movies and games helped keep the franchise alive, and the manga offered glimpses of what lay ahead, but nothing replaced the experience of following an ongoing animated story week after week. That long wait finally began to ease during the Dragon Ball Genki Damatsuri event, organized as part of the series' 40th anniversary celebration. During this event, producers confirmed that Dragon Ball Super would return to television through a multi-step approach. Instead of jumping directly into new storylines, the franchise chose to reinforce its foundation. This strategy begins with Dragon Ball Super Beerus, a project designed to reintroduce the modern Dragon Ball era with greater polish and consistency. Dragon Ball Super Beerus is not a simple remaster of earlier episodes. It is an enhanced reconstruction of the opening arcs of Dragon Ball Super, focusing on the awakening of Beerus, the god of destruction, and the first encounter between divine power and the Saiyans. The story itself remains familiar, but the presentation has been thoroughly upgraded. Animation is being redrawn, visual effects are being modernized, sound design is being refined, and pacing adjustments aim to create a smoother and more cinematic flow. Scheduled to premiere in the fall of 2026, this project serves multiple purposes. For longtime fans, it offers a refined version of a pivotal storyline. For newer audiences, it acts as a clear entry point into the Dragon Ball Super timeline. Most importantly, it establishes visual and narrative continuity before the franchise moves forward into new territory. That forward momentum arrives in the form of a brand new anime series titled Dragon Ball Super: The Galactic Patrol. Unlike the Beerus project, this series represents a direct continuation of the Dragon Ball Super storyline and marks the first time the narrative advances beyond the universe survival saga in animated form. The Galactic Patrol series adapts the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, an arc long requested by fans of the manga. The story expands the scope of Dragon Ball beyond Earth and traditional tournaments, focusing instead on interstellar law, ancient cosmic threats, and the balance of power across the universe. In this arc, Goku and Vegeta join forces with the Galactic Patrol, an organization responsible for maintaining order across countless worlds. Their mission leads them to confront Moro, a powerful sorcerer known as the Planet Eater. Unlike many past villains, Moro does not rely solely on overwhelming physical strength. His ability to drain life energy from entire planets makes him a threat on a universal scale, forcing the heroes to rethink how battles are fought. This storyline places greater emphasis on strategy, discipline, and mastery rather than raw power alone. Vegeta, in particular, experiences meaningful development during this period, as his growth is tied not just to strength, but to understanding, restraint, and control. These themes give the arc a more mature tone and add emotional depth to the conflict. Visually, the Galactic Patrol arc is expected to push Dragon Ball's animation into more expansive territory. Battles span multiple planets, new allies and enemies are introduced, and the sense of scale rivals the most ambitious moments of the franchise. While an exact release date has not yet been announced, production is confirmed to be underway, with expectations pointing to a premiere following the conclusion of the Beerus project. Beyond the anime announcements, the broader context of the franchise adds emotional significance to this moment. After the passing of Akira Toriyama in 2024, the Dragon Ball Super manga entered an extended hiatus. Although Toyotaru continues to work closely with the production team and remains faithful to Toriyama's vision, the future of regular manga serialization remains uncertain. As a result, the anime now carries greater responsibility in shaping the future of the story. For many fans, it will be the primary medium through which Dragon Ball Super continues to evolve. This shift makes the careful pacing and structured rollout of new projects even more important. Looking ahead, fan speculation continues to grow around future arcs and villains, especially the eventual animated debut of Black Frieza. While there's been no official confirmation, many believe the current roadmap is intentionally rebuilding momentum and continuity before introducing threats of that magnitude. Rather than rushing toward the biggest reveals, Dragon Ball Super appears focused on long-term stability, narrative cohesion, and sustained audience engagement. This approach reflects confidence in the franchise's longevity and its ability to evolve while honoring its legacy. As the 40th anniversary celebrations make clear, Dragon Ball is no longer defined solely by nostalgia. It remains a living universe, supported by animation, games, global collaborations, and a passionate fan base that spans generations. With new projects underway and more announcements expected in the coming months, one thing is certain: Dragon Ball Super is moving forward once again. The journey continues, and the next chapter has already begun.
As Dragon Ball Super moves into this new phase, one thing becomes very clear. This is not just a return, it's a recalibration of the franchise's future.
After decades of constant evolution, the series is once again finding its balance between honoring its roots and exploring new ideas that push the universe forward. What makes this moment so important is the sense of intention behind it. The projects announced for 2026 are not random releases. They feel like pieces of a larger plan, one designed to rebuild continuity, restore confidence in the anime format, and prepare the audience for even greater storylines ahead. Dragon Ball Super is taking its time, and that patience may be exactly what the series needs right now. For fans who have followed this journey for years, this era represents something special. It's a reminder that Dragon Ball has always been about growth, not only in power levels, but in perspective, legacy, and storytelling. Every saga leaves something behind, and every new chapter builds on what came before. And this is only the beginning. As more details emerge, new trailers, confirmed release dates, staff reveals, and story expansions, the Dragon Ball landscape will continue to evolve. That's why staying informed matters more than ever, especially in a time when the franchise is actively reshaping itself. If you want to keep up with everything happening in Dragon Ball Super, from official news and breakdowns to theories, analysis, and future predictions, make sure to support the channel. Like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications here on DB Saiyan Report so you never miss an update. Because the story continues, the universe keeps expanding, and the Saiyan legacy is far from over.